get this to everywhere else, and we will stream it into Race to Recording Revenue afterwards. I'm not sure what went wrong there. Like, you know, when it gives you a big red exclamation mark and you're like, oh, I've done something bad, but it will be okay. Pippa is saying hi. So we know that we are here and we are live. So continuing on from, I'm watching live. Where are you watching us live, Adele? Which group or page are you on? Is it my personal page? If you can let me know, then I'll at least know where we're going live, which will be good. But I will stream this into Race to Recurring Revenue as well. So I promised you lots of different interviews with lots of different people. And today I have the amazing Fliss Paris. I can't wait to tell you about the story, because normally, if I'm honest about it, I know really early on, within the first 2 months, I can see who are going to be my success stories. Like, I can see they're the loud people, people telling me, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But a few weeks ago, Fliss texted me and was like, hey, just I'll let you know, because of one to many, I've just paid off my £35,000 in debt. And I was like, huh? What? And it's because Fliss wasn't the loudest person in the room. It doesn't always have to mean you have to be the loudest person in the room. Fliss was that person lurking at the back, just getting on with it, just doing all the things, just following the course and doing all the things. So I really wanted to share this story with you, because I think sometimes it can feel like you have to be the loudest person, the person that's constantly shouting about what you do, and you do not have to be that way. So Fliss, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I'm a veterinary physiotherapist, and before I stumbled across one-to-many or the online space, I was predominantly seeing clients one-to-one, maxed out every week, very tired. You know how it goes. Your diary is so full up, you just can't fit any more in, but you want to see as many animals as possible. So I needed a way to be able to get some time back. The other thing was that I was pregnant with my second child as well. So she was actually 10 months when I started one-to-many. And I knew when I had her that there was no way that I could go back to full diary like I was working before, and before the pandemic, because I just wanted to be there for the kids. I didn't want anyone to tell me I couldn't go to the Christmas, the Christmas plays or anything like that, or having to have a restricted amount of time off if they were ill and I had to be off. I wanted to be there. So actually having a multi-business model, I think you've spoken about that before, into my business. So I still see one-to-one clients, but it's a very small percentage now. And then I added in these passive income streams. So I help other veterinary physiotherapists and a canine therapists, really, so massage therapists and hydrotherapists, be able to be the best therapist they can be by delivering continuing professional development training. And the great thing about that is that every year our professions have to do a certain number of hours CPD to be registered. So in that year you have to do, and you have to show that you've done your CPD. And it was very hard getting out to CPD events, obviously, because of the pandemic. So then I decided that the online space was the ideal space to deliver that to people. So that was sort of my big idea.
Were you worried? Were you worried at the beginning? Because like what you do is so niche. It's such a niche thing. And lots of people go, oh, but my thing is too niche to be able to come online.
Yes, I was slightly worried, although I listened to all the interviews last year, and there was, like you did this year, and the different people that you were interviewing, and some were very niche, like we just had Roz on with her flower business. And I thought, well, and then I thought, why not me? If Lisa could do it, I could do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, and that's exactly how you should think. Like, if somebody else can do it, why can't I do it? And you did amazingly. So you came in, you changed your business model through what you'd learned in one-to-many. Has it given you more time?
Massively given me more time. Now my working pattern is I work 2 days a week, one-to-one clients. So they're booked out. That's my 2 days. And then my online business, I work 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every weekday evening. And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it actually is, once you get it all set up, you know, it's hard, it's work in the beginning, but it is so worth it. Once you get it set up, then you can think, right, when do I want to work? When is the best time for me to work? And what do I want to do now that I've got these other income streams coming in to the business? So actually, this year was the first year, even though I'd cut down. So I basically was on maternity leave when I was doing the one-to-many and starting the membership and stuff. And this year was the first year that I turned over 6 figures in my business with the passive income streams.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. It's crazy. And I just couldn't believe it. And every time I paid a little bit off of that debt, you know, that debt's sitting there, just paid a little bit off. And then I got down to the last bit and I was like, I bet, oh,
it's gone. But that's the best bit, because then you're like, because when you are in debt, and I've been 30 grand in debt, so I do understand it. I was in the same amount of debt as you. And I know what it's like, where you're thinking, I need to make more money to pay off this debt. I need to make more money to pay off this debt. And then suddenly you're gone, I've paid off the debt. Now what? Yeah. And it's like, what am I going to make? What am I going to do with the money now? But it's brilliant, because that opens up so many opportunities for you. I love that you have decided those hours. And I also love that you said it's hard work up front, because one of the things that I always make very, very clear is it's not a get rich quick scheme, is it? It's not like you suddenly sign up for something and you make money. There is work to be done, in especially the first 6 months. I think is you know, there's work to be done.
Yeah, if you put the work in. And I remember like putting the baby to sleep, having my headphones on and listening to you on my phone while she was being asleep, you know, multitasking, doing some stuff on Canva under the covers while the baby was like sleeping. You know, every minute I was, you know, on it. But actually, I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was like work. I didn't think it was a chore. I just had some focused goals and just worked towards those, really. And yeah, it does pay off. Little steps.
Little step. And that's how you have to see it, step by step. You do a bit, you do a bit, you do a bit. Because if I told you at the beginning everything you were going to have to do in the first 6 months, you'd have been like, oh, this looks a bit hard. But if you just do a bit, then suddenly you look behind you and gone, oh my God, how have I done all of this work? Like, I'm already there.
Yeah, you've done it. And then it's like, and then it just runs like, the membership just runs like, and then I just have to show up, because I have people coming in to guest speak in my membership. So every month we have a different trainer coming in. So I just come on and, you know, be the host online. And that's it, like once a week for 3 weeks in the membership.
How much does that membership give you every month?
So every month it gives me probably about 1,500, but I have sold quite a lot of annual subscriptions up front. So I think to date it's taken £17,000 in the membership, which is really good. Yeah, I also had a course that I actually had built before one-to-many, and I didn't know how to get it out to the masses. And that's another thing that it taught me, how to build an audience and how to nurture them, and how to then introduce what you were all about, really, and what you wanted to help with. So that was my flagship course, and that's the one that sold out when I started. I sold it before I started one-to-many, and I had 3 people, and then I joined one-to-many, and about 4 months later I launched it again, and I got 13 sign-ups, and that made me like 27,000 or something. Yeah,
because then, you know, like I think the first time you launch with one-to-many, especially if you've launched it before, you suddenly realize like, oh, like it has made such a big difference. And then what happens in your head is you go, well, if I've made that much this time, the next time I launch, I can make this much. And you suddenly start realizing the little tweaks you can make to make more every single time. That's what happened with me. It's like I kept doing it again and again and again and making more each time. And it's great, because what you can do is you can use the learnings from one-to-many and just do it again, like with your membership, and do it with the course and do it with anything else that you bring out.
Yeah, and then if you just have the mindset of it is just a practice and learning as you're going along, then you don't fail with it, because you're always making it better the next time.
Yeah, always tweaking, aren't you? And it's all a bit of an experiment, isn't it? Like you do something one time and you go, okay, well, I made 20,000. How can I get that to 40,000? And you have to tweak things and make it work. You've done brilliantly. What are you going to do next?
Like, well,
it's not been long.
I know. I want to. I think, like all entrepreneurs, you have so many ideas come popping into your head all of the time. But I feel like I want to make the membership much, much bigger. So I want to have like 200 members by the end of this year in that. And then maybe start thinking about bringing out another course, really.
And this is a good thing, because courses and memberships do not take up your time. What you can do is just keep layering them and having more courses and more memberships. And the more of that you do, the more money you make. Charlie says, I think the amazing thing with Fliss is she's got such a great niche. Anyone who's thinking about doing one-to-many but is thinking, oh, I'm way too niche, Fliss is here guiding the way. And I think that's it. Like, it is such a niche, and people often think that they're pigeonholing themselves and they won't be able to make money if they niche themselves too small. But from what I've seen, the more you are niche, the more money you make, because everyone knows that you're the person for them. Like, there can't be many of you doing exactly what you do online.
No, I think there's one other company that does it, and that's it. Yeah, but no one in the UK. They're in South Africa, and they're
amazing. That's so good. I'm so impressed with everything you've done since coming into it. I'm more impressed that you were so quiet about it. And then you were like, because normally people aren't. And then you were like, oh, I've just done this thing.
I'm just over here.
I've just done this thing. Oh, and by the way, my membership has made 16,000 because of this. I was like, hold on a minute, what?
Were you actually on the course?
Well, I didn't see you shout about this. And what we have is we have a thermometer that we use in one-to-many. So every year we have this little, it's like a picture thermometer. And when people make money, they, like, let's say they made £2, they'll put it into the thermometer. Someone else makes 100,000, they put it into the thermometer, so that we can have a group thermometer and we can see where people get to. And it's like very quickly it gets to like 300,000 and then 500,000, and then it keeps rising, and it's so exciting to watch. Because we all help each other, and that's the point of it.
And also everyone celebrates when you put like even £1 in. Everyone's like, yay, you did it.
Because we have to celebrate all of our achievements. It's not about who's made the most money. It's about, like, everyone has a different kind of success level. Not everybody even wants to make £1 million, you know, like some people want something completely different than that, like more time back. So like Blue Peter, it is a bit like that. Charlie loves your shirt. It is amazing. It is an amazing. Thank you for being here and telling us a little bit about your story. If people want to come and hang out with you and see the kind of amazing things you're doing, where is the best place to do that?
So I've got a Facebook group. It's called the Small Animal Rehab Hub. So you can search for that on Facebook, and also on Instagram, the Small Animal Rehab Hub.
Go and check out the Small Animal Rehab Hub, even if it's just to follow the kind of stuff that Fliss is doing. Thank you for being here again. I'm going to be back on with more interviews. Don't you worry. Thanks, Fliss, for being here. Please keep in touch and tell me what else is going on in your continued success. And I will speak to you all soon.